So this is going to be a brief video tutorial on how to analyze your competitors' web traffic results and their web content, their paid ads, their organic content, etc., so that you can get ideas on how to get more visitors to your own website. So I'm going to go over a few tools that will help you figure out like how many monthly visitors are they getting, where's the traffic coming from, what type of content are they using to get the traffic, like whether it be paid ads or organic, which of that content is actually producing the most results, etc. So we're going to go through uh, Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube, LinkedIn ads. It's going to be very high level, so don't expect a deep dive. And I'm not claiming to be a professional in this regard. The idea for this video tutorial came out of the research that I was doing for my own SaaS MVP that is a Clay alternative at a less expensive price point. So this video is just based on what I was doing. So the site that we're looking at is called SimilarWeb. It's a really useful tool for analyzing web traffic, figuring out how many people are using a website month over month and how the visitors get there. So you can see here they get around like 700,000 per month. This is not going to be very useful for like very small sites. So something that might be like a local business, like or a local boutique business that might only get a few hundred results per month. It's not going to show up here. It'll say less than 5,000 per month. But if it's something bigger, then it can be really useful to figure out like what are these people doing to be able to get more customers and more eyeballs. So we can see 700,000 per month. This is where the traffic is coming from. This is probably one of the most useful parts. So this is telling you like what specifically they're doing to get people on their site. So you can see a lot of it is just going directly to the site. They're getting a lot of organic search, so a lot of people are Googling them. A small percentage of is social, some is referrals. Keep scrolling down, you can see the other sites that are referring to them. You can see like what Google searches are their top terms. And you can see here like the social traffic. So of that 3.5% or so, where's the traffic coming from? So I'm going to dive into how you can find some of this content on LinkedIn. I'm going to pause this real quick. So I've got the LinkedIn here. And one thing that can be really useful is if you go to their LinkedIn and you go to their ad library, you can see all the ads that they've been running. And if you add, let's see, so I'm going to go to date, click select custom date range. Just going to do this and we'll click search. So I'm going to copy this. So we can see here, reset the company. But if we go back here, so this will show us like their current ads or the ads that they've been running most recently. So, and the reason this can be useful, it's not just if you're interested in running on LinkedIn, though obviously it's useful for LinkedIn ads. You can take these ideas and you can apply them to email marketing. You can build YouTube videos with topics related to this, to what they're mentioning in these, because if they're willing to spend the money on these ads, they're probably getting some return on them. Now, depending on the platform and the industry, like e-commerce, for example, I know a lot of affiliate marketers, some of the big ones will leave a bunch of ads up simply to throw their competitors off. So take this with a grain of salt, like everything else with marketing. Test, test, test. But this is how you can figure out like, all right, what are these companies spending money on in terms of their messaging? And you can do the same thing with Google ads. So I'm going to go into Google. Don't believe that Clay has anything. Yeah. But Apollo does. So I'm going to go to Apollo.io. All right, we can see here. Verified. Yep. That looks about what we'd expect. And we can see the same thing for Apollo. So we can get, let's see, all this information so we can get a sense for like what are they putting up, like what are they spending money on in order to get visitors to their site. And you can do the same thing with Meta. So if you go to, and these are easy enough to find. So if you go to Facebook Ads Library and you click this, this is how you get there. You can do the same thing with Google Ads Library. LinkedIn, you can Google LinkedIn Ads Library. However, when I was using it, it wasn't as intuitive to find the company. So for me, it was easier to go to the company's LinkedIn page and then click and find their ads that way. But you can do the same thing. So going back to Meta, so you can see here, it's like now we have all these different ideas. We're concerned with the active ads. So there's a lot of ideas of like, and one thing that you want to do is like you want to look for the ones that have been running for a while, or look for just ones that you think are interesting and put them all. You can put them in a mood board in Trello and think, this one stands out to me. This one stands out to me. You can write down a lot of the copy, the headlines, the subheaders, these. And just like everything. That way you have like a big inspiration board of like, how do these people get their messages across? And you can test all these ideas. You can test them on website copy. You can test them in your own ads. You can test them in email ads. You can test them for YouTube titles. You can add them to your thumbnails. You can test them in LinkedIn posts. So you basically have a bunch of ideas of what you can be putting in your copy. And especially I think with Facebook ads, I think you might have to be signed in to see it. But people will comment on these. So you can get a sense for like how people are reacting to this. Now, a comment is not quite as good as seeing who's actually buying according to these ads. But you can get a sense for like how do people react to this stuff. And while we're on the topic of software, another really useful platform is G2. So G2 is basically, it's a big customer review aggregator basically that says like, has a list of all these different types of software and it has information on what people say about them. Clay's not going to have as much because they're, well, I guess they're a few years old, but it's only recently that they've been taking off as a product because it took them a few years to find product market fit. Now they're really killing it. But one thing that could be really useful about here is it'll aggregate up like what people are saying about it. You can get a sense for their title, what kind of companies they're working at, senior manager of RevOps, small business, if Google Sheets since API to baby. So you can get all this information like in terms of like what type of people like find the products interesting. What do they say about them? So you get a sense for who to target, what to say to them. You get all this information, and then like with Apollo, you've got what? So we have 7,300 reviews. Yeah, so there's a huge wealth of information. Now, and is there anything else? Oh. One other thing with YouTube is this, you can get a plugin, it's called vidIQ, that will let you, it'll give you like these statistics about anything on the videos. So you can see here, I typed in Clay AI, it's like got a decent amount of, it's got okay volume, it's got a decent amount of competition. But one thing that's really useful from, if you're looking at YouTube videos, is you want to see which one of these have a really high, what is this one? Yeah, these are called outlier scores, which just basically means how many times more viewers does this video get compared to other videos. So if, say, for example, his average video is getting 1,000 viewers and this one's got 2,000, it would have a 2-time score. And what you want to look for, you want to figure out, like, you can see here, this one's got 41 times higher. Now, you also want to make sure that you want to see if they're getting more volume. But that'll give you a sense for which types of videos or what types of content have that virality. Now, not that you don't need millions of eyes on it with YouTube, but for certain niches, you might only need like 2 or 3 customers to make good money. But it'll give you a sense for like what is the stuff that like is really interesting to people. See, but yeah, there's no grand close in this one. This is kind of this is just the type of research that I've been doing to figure out like, all right, what are like more established businesses doing to get traffic to their websites, and what inspiration can I take from them? So, and one of the things, you don't want to just straight copy what they're saying. Like if I was putting Apollo or Clay in my ads, it wouldn't work well for me. But you want to take those ideas and you want to tweak them according to you, make them specific. You want to figure out, like, what is it about, what general principles can I draw from these that I can apply, that I can style to my own situation. So if you got something out of this video, please let me know. Please comment. And if you'd like to hear more, please book a call. I've got the link in the description. And if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys.